Hello everyone, this is part 1 of What If Naruto Locked Eyes with His Future Wife. This story is made by baddest King, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Oh boy, another day at school, she thought. 3 loud bells were heard echoing around the hallways of Konoha High. Students rushed in the entrance of the building while the only blonde walked slowly to her locker. She turned her combination lock with her fingers, passing the numbers to decode the lock. It unlocked, letting her get inside. Hey Ino pig, Sakura yelled, coming from behind the blonde. She turned slowly to her pink-haired friend. Oh, hey, she noticed 3 girls standing next to Sakura. Hey Tenten, Temari and Hinata, her lips turned to a smile. Hey Ino, ready for another boring day at this school? Temari frowned. As if my day isn't going bad enough, her eyes narrowed. What happened? The dark-haired female with the sleeveless pink shirt asked, G-sing the books she had in her hands. Well, nothing really happened, it's just I'm not a morning person. She looked at her warm, dark eyes and smiled, noticing the 2 meatballs on her head. Well, cheer up Ino pig, it's only the beginning of your day, who knows? Maybe a cutie might sweep you off your feet, Sakura joked. The female burst out laughing, as well as the 3 ladies in front of her. Always know how to cheer me up, eh? Ino placed some papers in her locker and closed it, securing it with the lock. Let's get to class before we're late. Hinata noticed everyone going into doors, meaning the late bell was about to ring any second. Oh, don't be such a goody to shoes. Temari slapped her in the back, making the dark blue-haired girl jump with pain. Look on the bright side, Sakura stopped them. The 4 raised her eyebrow. At least you have us in some of your classes, Sakura pointed out. Shut up. Ino grabbed her in a headlock and pulled her into their first class together, in room 220. Hello Tsunade-sama, the fabulous 5 smiled. Hello girls, please take a seat so I can take attendance, the old but beautiful ordered and picked a clipboard off the desk in front of her. Ino sat in the row right before the last one with Sakura on her right and Temari on her left. Tenten was in front of her and Hinata on Ino's right corner. Her empty desk sat in the back of the blonde. Sup Temari. A spiky-headed teen walked over to Temari. Temari looked up to see, hi Shika, she rolled her eyes. Hello lass, Shika waved to them and they waved back. Everyone in their seat, Tsunade inspected the class. Didn't you hear her? Temari noticed Shika still standing next to her. I heard her, but where my kiss? Shika puckered his lips and bended over. Temari's eyes widened, her lips getting closer to Shika, but at last minute she slapped him softly and her friends along with her as well laughed in his face. Ha, I see. Shika walked over to his seat behind her with a gruesome smile on his face. As the last of the 3 bells rung, a redhead teen walked into the classroom, with no expression on his clear face. You're lucky Gaara, Tsunade warned. Whatever, he muttered and walked slowly to his seat next to Temari. Hey Gaara, Temari greeted him. His light green eyes looked straight at the board in front of the class and paid on mine to his sister. He gets a greeting and I practically have to beg one out of you. Shika added. Well, he is my brother, Temari snapped back. Silence. Tsunade whipped a meter stick on top of her desk. The class got silent. At the front of the class were Neji and Lee throwing paper balls into the trash can. Neji and Lee. Tsunade spoke. Both gulped. You 2 throw 1 more damn paper ball in that trash can and watch what I do to both of you after class. Tsunade whipped the stick on Neji's desk, making him startle. I'm sorry Tsunade, Neji frowned. It's Tsunade-sama to you pretty boy, Tsunade explained. I apologize as well Tsunade-sama. Lee tried to hide the smile crawling up to his face. Bulls. Tsunade picked up the clipboard and a dark-haired student ran into class. You're late Sasuke, Tsunade noticed. I know, Sasuke sat in the seat next to Neji. You know the consequences, right? You stay after school and clean this class up, got it? Tsunade questioned. Yay, Sasuke growled. Ino. Here. Sakura. Here. Temari. Here. Hinata. Here. Tenten. Gaara. He looked at Tsunade as if trying to tell her he was there telepathically. She checked down everyone else because she had noticed all of their faces. A blonde male with an orange jumpsuit, black muscle shirt underneath, a headband with the village symbol had walked in the classroom with a piece of paper in his hand. Ah yes, our new student, what's your name again? Tsunade eyed the male up and down. Naruto Uzumaki, the words were almost a whisper to her ears. Class meet out new student Naruto Uzumaki, Tsunade announced and Naruto turned tomato red. Oh great, Sasuke mumbled. You may have a seat. Tsunade looked around for her empty desk. Ah, there, behind the blonde girl there, Tsunade pointed at her and she turned tomato red. Naruto made his way over to the desk and sat down slowly. He put his books on top of the wooden material and looked at his teacher. Sakura observed him from the corner of her eyes. Ino blushed more at her being in front of him. Sup? Shikamaru asked Naruto. Hello, his voice shaken. Shika raised her eyebrow and turned to face forward. Naruto observed the class slowly, not wanting to get caught. He looks kind of scary. Naruto's blue orbs landed on Gaara. She has a huge forehead. He noticed Sakura. Okay class, Tsunade interrupted his thoughts. We're going to learn air attacks today, since some of you don't really know how to, and on Friday we will have a test on what you learned. Tsunade wrote instructions on the board. Excuse me. Hinata raised her hand. Yes, Hinata. Tsunade took a deep breath. She hated when Hinata raised her hand, it was always a question. Will this test be a written test? Hinata's little voice echoed in the class. No, we will go out to the field and I'm going to pair you up into twos and whoever wins the outcome of the two in a fight using the proper moves, will pass and the loser will fail, Tsunade explained. I'm going to pass easily, Shikamaru said, making muscles with his arms trying to impress the class. Police, Temari rolled her eyes once again. Silence, Tsunade ordered and began to explain her lesson of the day. Sakura wrote a note on a small sheet of paper and flicked it to Ino. Ino opened it up and saw the written words. It said, "Isn't he cute?" Ino grabbed a pen from her right pocket and wrote back. When she was done she flicked it back to Sakura. I guess. Sakura looked at Ino in surprise. What? Ino whispered. You guess? Sakura asked silently. Yay. Ino blushed, hoping the guy behind her wouldn't notice they were talking about him. Sakura shook her head and looked at Tsunade giving the lesson. 15 minutes later Ino found herself asleep with her arm supporting her head, when she felt a light touch on her sides. Almost escaped her mouth as her clear blue eyes opened. Ino looked back at Naruto. He was smiling. Can I borrow a pen please? Naruto asked. Sure. Ino handed him her pen and looked for another one in her pocket. Thank you. Naruto took the pen from her. Ino blushed. Why am I so nervous? She asked herself when she was flicked a note again. The class took notes on what Tsunade was explaining on the board when the bell rang and everyone took their belongings and headed towards the door. Move it, runt, Sasuke growled at Naruto, who stood in his way. Naruto stepped back, allowing him to walk out the classroom. Don't mind him, he's like that. My name's Sakura. Sakura stuck her hand out. He looked at her hand. My name's Naruto, nice to meet you. Naruto shook her hand. This is my friend Ino. Sakura pulled a shy blonde in front of her. Hello Ino, nice to meet you. Naruto smiled and looked at the girls around him. Nice to meet you too. Ino blushed once more and looked at Sakura. One by one the other three greeted themselves to him, loving every minute of his appearance. Well, I better get to class, Ino said and sped off out of their way, but again she felt something touch her exposed something warm and soft. Almost escaped her mouth again, but she held back on it. Yay. Ino looked back to see Naruto with the pen she had given him earlier in class at the tip of his fingers. Thank you. Naruto smiled again, looking deep at her features. Oh. No problem, bye. She quickly left the scene. Bye. Ino spotted her class to her left and ran into it, taking her seat in front of the class. Ino, you're here on time, her elder teacher said, crossing his arms and inspecting Ino's exposed legs. Oh. Good morning, sir. Ino smiled, looking at the spiky white-haired man before her. Ino-chan, I told you to just call me Jiraiya. He walked in front of her desk. I know, but we're in school and I feel it's best to not call you by your real name. Ino looked up at him. He smiled and closed his eyes. Ino, Your parents always did teach you to respect your elders. Jiraiya walked back to his square desk, the top being full of papers. Hope I don't have that kid in any more classes, he's kinda creepy. Ino referred to the blonde she had just met in her last class. Okay class, Jiraiya announced, seeing the students rush into class and take their seat. We're having a pop quiz. The elder man held the paper up for the class to see. The class started grumbling and grunting like there was no tomorrow. Relax, I'm only playing, I just want you to write what you did this weekend. Jiraiya placed the paper on his desk and grabbed a stack of blank white-lined paper and proceeded to pass them out. Oh boy, what did I do this weekend? Ino's eyes looked up at the ceiling. You have the whole period to write, so take your time, you may begin. Jiraiya looked at the clock above the door and sat down to grade some papers. Let's see, her hand started moving, holding the pencil steady, writing what she could remember about her weekend. But then the writing Sakura had done on the note she had passed her last period ranged in Ino's head like her angry alarm clock. Isn't he cute? No Ino, no, get back to your work, Ino continued writing. Another pause and she found herself chewing the pink edge of her pencil. I guess. No, he's not cute at all, not one bit of cute. Ino fought her thoughts. Ino, her teacher's voice called. Yes. Ino looked up at the man calling her. Are you feeling all right? Jiraiya's eyebrow raised. Yay, why? Ino hoped no one was looking at her, she could feel her heat on her face go up. 'Cause you're biting the eraser of that pencil you have there pretty hard. The old man laughed and got back to his papers, while the class turned to Ino and whispering started again. Ino blushed and tried to get back to her work. Can this day get any worse? Ino continued writing. You have 10 minutes left class, Jiraiya reminded. Shoot, I need to hurry. Ino's hand speed became faster. Finally, finished, and with 4 minutes to spare, Ino noticed on the clock. Okay class, please hand me your papers in a neat pile. Jiraiya pointed to where he wanted them. As the students disappeared from his class, Ino was the last to hand in her paper. Bye sir. Have a good day Ino. Jiraiya inspected her from heel to end. I'll try. Jiraiya picked her paper up and noticed something. A smile crept on his face. Ino. He yelled out. Yes sir. She walked back to his desk. Take a look at your paper. He handed her back her paper. Ino read her paper in her head. Oh, I didn't mean to put that sir. Ino found her mistake. On her paper it said, I went to the Naruto with my dad. It's okay Ino, what did you meant to put? He asked. That I went to the movies with my dad. Naruto is just he's just a. She was lost for words and her hand motions showed it. Don't need to explain Ino, head on to your class. Jiraiya walked her to the door. Her blood rushed to her face and turned her tomato red again. One more thing Ino, he stopped her yet again. What's that sir? She looked up at him. Go easy on him, he laughed and crossed his arms again. I can't believe he just said that. Ino's eyes bulged out at the words she had just heard. She walked out hoping he wasn't looking at her. Such a perv. Ino walked to her locker at the other side of the hallway. When she got there the 3 bells had rang, indicating she was late to her next class. Great. She grabbed hold of her lock and worked the numbers. It opened and she took a blue book at the bottom of the locker for her next class. Ino locked her locker and stopped in her tracks when she saw who was wandering the halls. Go the other way, she told herself as she turned around slowly. Excuse me, a familiar husky voice called out. Her heart rate jumped inside of her. Please go away. The young man with the orange jumpsuit and blonde locks was right behind her. Do you know where room 200 is? Naruto read from his schedule. Ino turned around to reveal who she was. Oh, you're that girl in my first period class that let me borrow the pen. Naruto remembered, but Ino was disappointed he didn't remember her name. She frowned. Ino. Right. He did remember, but she tried to hide her excitement. Yay. Ino replied. Well, do you know where room 200 is? He asked again. Yay. I have. Class. I have a class in that room now, Ino mumbled. Naruto placed his hand behind his head. Guess we're both late, huh? Yay. We better get going, follow me. Ino smiled and proceeded in front of him. She got pretty eyes. Boy, his cologne smells so good. And a nice body. He noticed her figure as she walked. They stayed in silence the whole walk. When she got to the class, she was about to touch the doorknob when he grabbed it first, her hand falling to his. His smooth hand feels good. Lass first, he smiled. She could feel her face getting hot with all the pressure around her. Thanks. No, thank you for showing me to my class. Both blondes stepped in the class, awaiting what was in store for them. Well, we have a new face in class 1C, a man with half his face covered with a dark cloth, his spiky white hair being held up in place by his Konoha headband. Ah. Hello. Naruto felt everyone's eyes on him, his body heat increased. What's your name, kid? My name? Oh, Naruto Uzumaki, sir, Naruto replied. The man laughed under his mask. Just call me Kakashi, Kakashi ordered. Oh, okay. Naruto was afraid to glare at the class. You can sit, right there next to Ino, she's a nice girl, Kakashi pointed at the empty desk next to Ino. Speaking of which, Ino, I'm afraid you have detention for being late to my class. Naruto here won't get detention because he's new, Kakashi frowned. No Kakashi, Ino thought and felt her cheeks get hot. Report to this class after school. Great. Naruto walked over to his seat, he spotted Ino watching him from the corner of her eye. Now, class, if you didn't hear him, his name is Naruto Uzumaki, Kakashi announced to the class, and Naruto himself felt his cheeks turn hot. Class, you will have to pair up with each other for the English assignment I have planned for you today. It's just a harmless survey, I decided to go easy on you today. Kakashi grabbed a stack of papers from his desk and proceeded to pass them out one by one. Ino, why don't you be Naruto's partner? Kakashi handed her a paper. Ino forced a smile. Good. Kakashi handed the paper to the other students, who were moving the desk around. Should I move my desk? Is he going to move his desk? What should I do? Ino thought and heard a moving desk beside her. Do you mind if I place my desk next to yours? Naruto asked, already having his desk next to her. No, go ahead. Ino put the piece of paper between her fingers and pretended as she was reading it. Do you know what to do? Naruto asked, looking at the paper on his desk. Yes. Yay, we have to. We have to. Ino was stuck. We have to ask a survey to each other, and write down our partner's responses, Naruto read of the paper. Yay, that's what we have to do, Ino spoke out as she knew. What's happening to me? So do you want to start? Or, Naruto looked at his partner, noticing her cheeks were red, he smiled. I'll start, Ino quickly answered. Alright, go, Naruto said and watched her talk. Okay, what's your favorite color? Ino red. Orange. What's your favorite food? Ino asked. I love ramen, Naruto smiled. Ino giggled a bit, holding it back, she continued. Favorite class? Well, in my old school it was gym, so I say gym, Naruto replied. Ino wrote all of this on her sheet. Favorite place to think? Ino asked. The shore, both said in union, Ino not noticing she had answered her own question. You like the shore too? Naruto looked at her but she avoided eye contact. Yay, ever since my mother took me when I was a little girl, when I'm stressed out, I go there to think sometimes. Ino's eyes fell to Naruto's hands that were holding his paper. So smooth. Oh, that's cool, looks like we have something in common. Naruto chuckled and got serious again. Ino rested her head on her arm and continued. If you were stranded on an island, with only one thing, what would it be? Ino glanced at him and back at the paper. I have to think about this. Naruto's eyes wandered around. I'll say, a bowl of ramen, that whale at least s with my favorite food in me. Naruto laughed again, this time Ino joining along. Next question, it's a Saturday night, what are you most likely doing? Ino was serious at his answer. Me. I'll probably be catching up on my sleeping. I work out most of the time, so I don't have much time to sleep. Naruto's eyes lowered. Last question. Ino read the question in her head, and blushed. Silence. Ino. Naruto poked her sides gently, awakening her from her trance, almost leaving her precious mouth. Well, name one good thing about your partner. Ino's eyes met his beautiful blue orbs for the first time. Noticing her features, he had already had her answer. You're very pretty. Naruto's face looked serious. Ino's face turned bright pink and she looked away before he had a change to see. Thank you. Okay class, if you're done, switch, Kakashi announced. Ready Ino? Naruto asked taking hold of his paper. Yay. Ino mumbled, still lost in his words. I'm not going crazy over a guy the first barely know, I know I'm not. What's your favorite color? Naruto read. Purple, Ino said looking at his blonde locks. What's your favorite food? Naruto asked. My favorite food is, Ino shut her mouth before she embarrassed herself. What is it? Naruto raised her eyebrow. It's yellow rice with vegetables. Next question, Ino tried to pretend as if she was not about to say what she thought she was. Favorite class? Favorite class is training with Tsunade-sama. Ino remembered her classmates. Oh, we have that together, Naruto noticed. Yay we do. Noticing she had answered his next question, he skipped it. If you were stranded on an island, with only one thing, what would it be? Naruto placed the paper down and looked at her, making her pressure go up. I'll say my brush, my hair gets crazy when it's not combed. Naruto laughed at this. What's funny? Ino asked. Nothing, it was just funny that's all. Naruto stopped laughing and looked for the next question. It's a Saturday night, what are you most likely doing? Probably with my friends or reading books, Ino replied. How's the things going? Kakashi got near them. Good. Ino looked up at the man above her. Okay, then, continue. Kakashi walked around them. So you don't have a boyfriend? Naruto's blue eyes targeted her again. No, I don't have a boyfriend, Ino answered, more blushing. Oh, I see. Why? Just asking, I thought a pretty girl like you would have one. Naruto smiled again. Yay, well I don't. Ino frowned, but at the same time his comment had brightened her up. Pretty girl like you. Name one good thing about me. Naruto stared at her, and she stared back in focus. You're a nice guy. Ino held back her real answer. Oh, thanks. Well I guess we're done. Naruto looked up at the clock. Yay, wow, time flies. Ino noticed the bell only had about 30 seconds to ring. Hold on to your responses till I ask you for it, Kakashi shouted enough for the class to hear. Ino placed the paper in between her books and proceeded to walk out the class. What class you have next? Naruto stopped her. Ino turned around to see him staring at her. Gym, she answered. Me, too. See you there, Naruto said and walked out the class. Bye, she waved at him, lost in her thoughts. Hey, Ino, Sakura waved at her, coming out deep within the crowds. Ino awakened. Oh, hey, ready for gym. Yay, so you have him in your class? Sakura noticed. Ino nodded, and in our gym class, Ino added. Great, can't wait to see him work out. Sakura bit her lip, her words almost turning her on. Come on forehead, Ino pulled her by the hair with a smile. Ino, can you pull this shirt over my head? Sakura whined, having her plain pink shirt over her head. Stuck was more like it. How do you get stuck putting on your shirt? It's a everyday thing now. Ino pulled the shirt down and Sakura smiled. Thanks again. Say, we have the new kid in our gym class, right? Sakura remembered. Ino nodded, not giving her expression. Great. Can't wait to get up there, don't you agree? Sakura pranced around. Sure. She kept the real answer to herself. Let's go. Sakura headed out the girls' locker room. Wait up, Ino noticed herself being the only one left. Everyone, split into two sides, the left side of the boys and the other side of the girls, Guy announced, holding a clipboard and taking attendance. The guys ran over to the side they were assigned. Unfortunately Ino and Sakura did not know any of them, just Naruto and Sakura's ex-crush. Damn, we don't get to be with them, Sakura pouted. Yay, that sucks. Ino walked over to her side of the large room with many items on the floor around them. Look, he's right there. Sakura spotted the blonde she's been awaiting. Ino's eyes flashed quickly at him. He had on a black muscle shirt on, with baggy orange shorts and black sneakers. He was staring into space, hoping someone would talk to him. Yay, so what do you want to do? How about jump rope? Ino asked, forcing herself not to look at the well-built male on the opposite side of her. Jump rope. How about we just stare at him the whole period? Sakura joked, but Ino knew she wasn't. Both picked up a pair of jump ropes off the floor. Sakura wrapped the ends around her hand and began to jump over it, her speed increasing. You going? 2. Jump. Sakura asked with deep breaths. Yay. In a minute, Ino looked back over to see if he was watching her. He wasn't. He had a pair of dumbbells that looked to be heavy. He was moving his arms up and down slowly, observing his muscles tighten. Ino, you're going to do something? Someone asked. Ino was startled and looked over to see her gym teacher, Guy, watching her. Oh, yay, sorry, Ino blushed and began to skip over her rope. Good job, Sakura, Guy's eyes watching the pink-haired female jump high. Thank you, Sakura continued jumping. A couple of minutes later, Sakura found herself in a trance. Ino stopped jumping to see what was with her. Sakura, Ino asked. Yay, Sakura's eyes never leaving her target. Ino stopped when she saw what she was looking at. Look at his muscles, Ino pig, don't you just want to touch them? Sakura said, almost drooling over the guy. Sakura, I think you need a bib. Ino laughed and Sakura slapped her shoulder. Yay, he has a nice body, but Ino stared at the blonde, lifting the heavy weights, sweat sping from his face. Oh look, there's Sasuke. Sakura waved at him. He noticed but pretended he didn't see her. What are they looking at? Sasuke asked himself, but soon found his answer, Naruto. Oh, him? What does he have that I don't? I'll show them. Sasuke grabbed 2 dumbbells, twice the size as the ones Naruto had, and started lifting them as they weigh nothing. What is Sasuke doing? Is he trying to? Sakura noticed him next to Naruto. Yay, he is. He's trying to look better than Naruto, Ino noticed as well. Naruto stopped and set the dumbbells on a bench nearby. He lifted his shirt up to his chest and that alone drove Sakura crazy. You see that, Ino? Sakura yelled, not knowing the volume of her voice. Ino blushed at the sight. Yay, I see. It's just his stomach. Ino looked away. His stomach. He has abs, Ino pig, don't you see? Sakura bit her lip hard, his body sending shivers down her spine. Ugh. Sasuke was getting irritated with the results. Let's see what this punk can do. Sasuke grabbed a basketball from a closet and bounced it around the floor a couple of times. Hey kid, Sasuke spoke. You talking to me? Naruto asked, looking around if his eyes were on someone. Yay, you wanna play me in a game of basketball? Just me versus you. A creepy smile crept on his face. Alright then, your ball. Naruto put his shirt back down, closing up what Sakura wanted. They're about to play each other, Ino said, letting go of her rope. Oh brother, that Sasuke just has to have the spotlight on him. Sakura's eyes narrowed. Sasuke bounced the ball, bending his body a bit. He bounced it more and ran around Naruto, catching him off guard. He shot and the orange ball landed in the basket hanging above. That's one for me. It's 5 points to win. Sasuke smiled, but Naruto's eyes stayed on the ball. Sasuke bounced the ball 3 times before jumping and shooting the ball. Naruto coughed it in mid-air and bounced it before jumping in the air and shooting it in the basket. That's one for me, Naruto smiled. Go, the Raven ordered. Take it easy, it's just a game, Naruto strategist. Now it's 2 for me, Naruto said, and Sasuke looked confused. He shot from a good distance, not moving and making it in the basket. Naruto tossed the ball at Sasuke. He took hold of it and bounced it yet again. Watch how the pros do it, kid. I'm not a kid. Naruto's tone went serious. Whatever. Sasuke ran along with the ball hitting the floorboards. Naruto tried to get the ball, but the Raven tricked him and turned the opposite way at the last second. He threw the ball up and landed in the basket. We even now. Sasuke whipped the sweat from his forehead. Guy looked over at the game going on and walked over to Sakura and Ino. Is he the new kid? Guy asked. Sakura looked back at him. Yay, he is. Isn't he good at playing basketball? He sure is. Even I can't throw a ball from the same spot and make it, Guy joked. Both males had managed to get in 2 more balls. Guy had an idea and blew the whistle and ran over to them. I've been watching your game. Let's make the last point even. Give me the ball, Guy ordered, and Sasuke threw the ball at him. When I throw the ball in the air, go after it, he said and looked both athletes in the eye. Who do you think is going to win? Sakura asked, waiting for the results. I don't really know. Ino knew the winner was going to be the guy Sakura was going goo goo gaga over. My bet's on Naruto. Sakura smiled and bit the tip of her nails. Ready. Both nodded. Guy threw the ball in the air. Naruto caught it with his hands and ran over to the basket where Sasuke came from behind, waving his hands in the air. Naruto shot but held onto the ball. Sasuke had believed he threw it, but he didn't. The blonde threw it this time, making the last point for himself and a swoosh in the net. Yay Naruto. Sakura jumped around, all the girls' eyes were on her. Sakura, calm down, Ino whispered, her cheeks turning red and heated. The winner, Naruto. Guy announced and Naruto smiled and waved at everyone clapping for him. Sasuke stood under his dark cloud. Sasuke grabbed the ball rolling over him, his anger took hold of him and the ball flew over to Naruto's head and made a loud thump. What the? Naruto rubbed the back of his head. You know that was some bull's game, I want a rematch. Sasuke walked over to him and pushed him. Sakura look. Ino worried and her friend stopped jumping around, her face became worried as well. Look, it's just a game, chill out. Naruto pushed him back, but Sasuke's fist came out of nowhere. Naruto moved his face just in time and both pushed each other to the ground. Hey, hey, hey. Guy yelled at them in anger, breaking them both up. It's his first day here Sasuke, have you no damn shame? I'll see you both after school today, Guy yelled and walked away. Sasuke walked away with his hair covering his eyes, hiding his jealousy and anger. What's his problem? Naruto asked when a voice woke him up. He's just like that, he always has to have the spotlight on him. Sakura walked up next to him with her blonde friend next to her. Oh, hey, you're that girl I met earlier. Naruto tried remembering her name. Sakura was devastated. Yay, and you're Ino? Naruto saw the blonde next to Sakura, and she moved out the way. Wah. Oh, yay, hey, nice game. Ino blushed, avoiding his blue glassy eyes. Sakura's eyes became enraged. Thanks, do you play basketball? Naruto asked. Ino felt her body heat increase at the words he was throwing at her. A little bit, I guess I'm okay. Ino forced a smile. Really? We should play sometime. Naruto slowly walked away, heading towards the boys' locker room. Yay. We should. Ino's eyes went blank. Well see ya, he waved at her before turning around. Ino stood in place for a couple of more seconds, staring at him one more time, not noticing she was in the real world and not her thoughts. I can't believe he remembered your name and not mine. Ino was still in daze. I'm talking to you. Sakura yelled and Ino jumped inches away. I heard you, well what can I say? The pretty ones are always remembered. Ino poked her tongue out and ran away, hoping to avoid any of Sakura's words. Whatever Ino pig. X. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.